So this new couple walks into your room and says, all right, we want to lay the right foundations for our family. And we know that love and respect is something you talk about. Um, and we want to start building the environment in our home. So teach us, give us two strategies, one to two strategies about love, one to two strategies about respect. What are cultures that we can build in so that we're inputting that strategy in advance? What do
Mm.
you got?
Here's a fun one. Marriage is hard. There's so many different opinions, and you're gonna confront things that are, I'm just gonna say it, they're absolutely crazy to you. So find
Thank you
find
for saying it.
yeah. So 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 I've actually done this. I've done this myself. Um, find three to five things that just absolutely baffle you about your spouse, like things they do or habits they have, whatever it is that you're like, this is actually insane. um Write it down, like actually write it down. Tell them you're doing this, okay? Don't like surprise them, right? This is like, don't yeah,
Amazing.
they don't need to find a list of of crazy habits. No, but find write this down and go through it. Actually go through it with them and say, hey, why is it you do this? Like, I just don't understand this. Like, what is up with this habit? And what you're gonna find is that there is generally some rhyme or reason, even if it's it doesn't always have to be logical, but even if it's like purely emotional, you're gonna find that there's actually some reason behind why it is they do these things. And the idea behind starting with these really kind of out there things that I mean, if it was things like we all agreed on, fine, who cares? But the idea is to start with these kind of out there things. And what it's going to do is it's going to start helping you understand how the other person thinks, right? Like something that's so foreign to you, it makes a lot of sense to them. And you start to understand their mindset, right? Now, the fact that you're actually sitting down with them, doing this, right, is demonstrates some love. You're like, hey, look, like I just want to understand why it is that you think this way, so that I can better support you, right? And that's the idea, is like, we want to be able to support the other person, and we could do that, if we better understand these ideas. And have them do it to you too. Don't just, it's not a one-way street. Make sure they do it to you too. Got to be equal opportunity here, right? I do plenty of crazy things, right? So it's not that hard to find. Um, and so that shows both love and commitment and respect, that you're willing to sit down and try to understand some of the more troubling things. And what it also does is nips in the bud some of the potential problems down the road, because if something is so baffling to you, it's going to be a source of conflict later. And
That's
so
great
by sitting
insight.
down and addressing it, you're dealing with that issue, right? So
I
that's
love that.
that's yeah, it's just something, I don't know, I came up with that a while ago. um, and I think it works, it works for me. So anyway, so that's number one. Number two is it's gonna seem a little bit I don't know, it's gonna seem a little bit cold, but it's blocking time, right? Like, you say, oh well, we're in love and we're married, and we should always be able to have conversations and this that. The reality is, it doesn't happen like that, especially when you have kids, right? So block time that you're going to actually sit down and talk to your spouse. It could be a meeting, just a weekly meeting, or a daily 10-minute check-in, or whatever it is. You say, oh, it's so cold. That's how I treat my work meetings. Honey, you're so much better than a media, a Zoom meeting with colleagues. But at the end of the day, it really enforces this idea that, like, I care about you enough that I am willing to block this time and set this aside, so that it forces us to have this conversation and keep going. And it doesn't mean it's the only time you're going to talk, of course not. But there are going to be like really really busy days and busy weeks where this might be like one of the only times you can sit down and have those conversations. And by having that like instilled there and installed there, you can really gain a lot of ground communication wise. And at the end of the day, everything is communication, right? Communication solves all the problems. It's the root cause of problems. It's bad communication, and it is also the way to solve problems, and that is good communication. So both those things kind of set that foundation for understanding the other person and communicating better, and things like that, right? So
Well, I love that. Um, Watching the time over here, we only have about 2 minutes left. So, if you can leave with, these are very insightful, by the way, and I'm really excited to, continue this conversation in our next sit down. But if you could leave me or the crowd with something, one nugget, one hack, something that you'd say, this is an amazing way to bring change into your family, what would it be?
I would say every single day, even if it's difficult, and you don't have the time, spend a few minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes with your children individually. Okay, not as a collective unit. Great, do that too. But make sure that you give each kid a few minutes, hopefully more, but sometimes that's all we have, a few minutes of attention individually. Make sure they understand that this time is about them. This is about their conversation. This is about their feelings. This is about what they did at school. This is about concerns that they have. And this is their time. You're going to do that with all your kids. And that is going to be gold. It's going to build that confidence that the kids have in trusting you. It's going to build your relationship with the kids. And it's going to help foster that open communication. That's going to, obviously help you down the road. As serious things sometimes do come up, right? So, but you need that foundation.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time, Elie, and can't wait to see you again.
Amazing. So good to see you. Awesome to spend this time together, and we'll keep it going.
Let's get thriving.
Let's get thriving.